many ways to raise a child. And guess what? None of them are the right way. We simply have to choose a method that works best for us and our families, and then hope for the best. Most parents will follow the general guidelines that their parents used with them. However, today there are so many options. We have tested and researched methods that can make us feel more prepared. Today I'm going to talk about peaceful parenting, sometimes called conscious parenting. It's a way of disciplining your child without coercion or arbitrary punishments. The three main focuses of this type of parenting are modeling behavior, connection, and two-way communication. First, I'd like to start by explaining modeling behavior. Most important step, however, it is the most difficult as well. We have to learn how to regulate our own emotions. So when our child is misbehaving, of course we're going to be upset and we're going to want to yell or send them to their room or say things we don't mean and we'll of course regret later. However, if you take a minute, take a deep breath, count to 10 or even go to another room for 5 minutes if you need to, you can then return and correct the problem in a calm and peaceful way. It's not easy. I have 3 kids, believe me. I make mistakes. Dr. Laura Markham recommends in her article titled 12 Tips to Transition to Peaceful Parenting to apologize to your child whenever you slip up. It's going to happen. You're going to make mistakes and you're going to yell and you're going to say things you don't mean. However, it's not a failure. It's actually an opportunity to show them and model taking responsibility for your actions. You can apologize to them and it makes them feel understood, valued, and then it also shows them how to do that when they've made a mistake. You can also model simple actions such as sharing or labeling emotions and communication. For example, the article titled How to Shape Your Young Child's Behavior from the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that you point out sharing among adults. You can say things like, Daddy's sharing his drink with Mommy. Great job, Daddy. And also pointing out and labeling emotions. So when you're upset, you can say, Mommy is feeling very frustrated right now. That helps them learn how to put words to those emotions and understand that they're going to get a better reaction than throwing a fit, yelling, screaming. The article also points out that you're modeling awareness. Kids don't have words for these emotions. So when you give them words, then they know how to tell you how they feel. Once you have control over your own behavior, you can focus on connection. A crucial part of peaceful parenting is willingness and cooperation from your child. The best way to do this is quality time. The article titled Parenting That Works from the American Psychological Association says that Dr. David J. Palmatier advises parents to spend at least 1 hour a week of quality time with each child. This time should be positive. You should pick something they enjoy to do and then let them lead the way. Don't use this time to correct or teach them anything. Just enjoy the time. Praise is also a way of encouraging and maintaining that connection. Build them up. Great job sharing. I'm so proud of you and how you handled that situation. You're always so kind to your friends and willing to help Mommy. Those are things that make them feel good and encourages them to continue to behave well. Two-way communication, or once you have established a strong connection, you'll want to focus on two-way communication. This really is the simplest step, but as parents, we tend to want to be heard a lot. When your child is misbehaving, ask probing questions. Dr. Markham refers to what she calls the magic question. What do you want that you're trying to get by blank? This helps you get to the root of the issue. Really listen to what they have to say. They're going to have a great answer, usually. And then you can ask questions that will lead to a solution. What can we do to solve this? How can I help you get what you want? Of course, you're not always going to be able to give them what they want. For example, your child wants a piece of candy, but they haven't had dinner yet. You can say, I understand you want your candy. I would be upset too if I couldn't have something that I want. How can I help you feel better? Do you need a hug? These are ways of working together with your child to get through a situation that cannot be solved. Understand that their feelings are valid. They feel these emotions the same way that we do. In summary, peaceful parenting can be tricky and it requires a lot of patience. Children are never going to behave the way we want them to every single time. But if you model the behavior you want to see in them and you stay connected to them and you encourage two-way communication, you're going to be better prepared to handle these situations in an effective and peaceful way. Social justice activist L.R. Noss said, "Discipline is helping a child solve a problem. Punishment is making a child feel bad for having a problem. To raise problem solvers, we have to focus on solutions, not retribution." Thank you.